Hey everyone. I wanted to talk about the Fearless Fund grant for, Black women businesses and how it was recently ruled against. And it was, the federal government sort of said that it was discriminatory. Absolutely maddening. And yeah, let's talk about it. So this really just is incredibly ridiculous and disappointing because I feel I'm feeling it that there's this reversion going back, there's a swing, there's this pressure to have white supremacy, protect white supremacy at all costs. And this is just, one of those ideas of, people not understanding the difference between equality and equity. And they don't understand the deliberate systemic barriers that have been put into place to make sure that Black businesses do not succeed. Throughout American history, there is tons and tons of instances of white supremacy being made into law. There was the Homestead Act, which basically just gave white settlers, land that basically belonged to indigenous people. There was like the Naturalization Act. There was, the Federal Housing Administration. There's like all of the Jim Crow laws in the 60s. Like these are all things that people think were normal and like super American, and they were steeped in white supremacy, ensuring, generational wealth for white Americans. And, these were the advantages that they have that they do not see, that still have lasting impressions. Well, somebody sees. The average Joe American thinks that, there's, such a thing as reverse racism, that they're against white people. They're like, oh, now it's flipped, we're getting oppressed. And they don't understand that giving systemically oppressed people access to funding to generate, businesses and ideas, there's still they still have to work and earn it. These are not handouts. These are intelligent business people that are trying to, be entrepreneurs, and they still have to make a successful business and product that people are going to want to consume. And, they are taking a risk and they're betting on themselves. And, these are all things that we're told to do as Black people and, especially as Americans. And, still, it's not, it's being seen as unequal in inequity, that, white people are not getting advantages to this money. There are many grants, there are many funds available that are not at all being given to people that are not white. Look it up, do your research, and this is exactly why there needs to be funds like the, Fearless Fund for Black women, because they are overlooked for these opportunities. The systems are designed to overlook them, to not be, they're not going to be awarded to people of color, especially Black women. So it's just, it really, for lack of a better word, grinds my gears that this is even a conversation, because they need to do better. People that are against, anti-Black racism need to do better. and they need to make sure that these things do not happen. We do not need to lose focus for the fact that there is a targeted attempt to prevent Black people from overcoming and thriving in America and in Canada. It is a deliberate intent, just like how we have to be deliberate in eradicating forms of oppression. People are deliberately trying to keep those in place, and we need to be, this should have never happened. It's not discriminatory. Targeting this fund and trying to take away money from Black women entrepreneurs is absolutely discriminatory, disgusting, and steeped in white supremacy. So I saw this cartoon, and I'll post it along with this episode. It's just about, how they basically, white people are always watching us. I get it. I'd watch us too. We're amazing. And there's, they're always just making sure that, they're keeping us oppressed. And, basically that's it. Just trying to appropriate our culture, steal our culture. That's a thing. And then making sure that, telling us that, racism was a long time ago, do better. And then we do better. And then, some joker needs to come along and tell us that it's not fair, that we're uplifting ourselves and supporting ourselves. It's just ridiculous. And, they're just trying to insert themselves into our business where, to quote one of my favorite shows, either either get on the train or get off the tracks. Those are your options. Like you can't just be trying to stop our progress all the time. And I have to say that I'll end by saying it's not going to change anything. How did that work out for you? Like how many years of oppression have you tried to kill Black entrepreneurship, Black innovation, Black excellence? It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Your ancestors knew it, and I'm telling you now from my ancestors, it ain't going to happen. You're not going to stop us. We'll find another way. We'll, in the time being, we're going to operate within your oppressive systems to make it happen. We'll find another way, and I'm sure somebody else will come along and try to attack that too. But the drive is there, the passion is there, the energy is there. We're never going to quit. We're not quitters. Black people are amazing. That's why you can't keep your eyes off of us. And I know that there are many Black women entrepreneurs. There are many people right now that are just as fired up as I am, just as, disgusted as I am. And we're going to put our minds to it. And we are going to find a way to make sure that we succeed. We're always going to succeed. And, it's not going to stop anything. We're going to, just regroup and find a new plan of attack. So, yeah, we're coming up. We're coming up. You can't stop this train. Get off the tracks or get on board with Black excellence. So that is the lesson of the day. We are fearless. We are amazing. We are entrepreneurs. We are going to be successful no matter what you throw at us. Yeah. So to all of the listeners that are, upset and crushed by this, I say this, that we're going to keep going because that's what we do. Chin up, chin up. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.